Everyone's falling into the zombie craze, and though this one isn't particularly horrific looking zombie, it was still a fun one to do. It's just a simple rip face. Start out with a clean face. You want to wash and moisturize. And I'm starting with a foundation mixed with a moisturizer that's the same color as my skin tones, and I use my hands when I put my foundation on. Make sure to blend that into the neck, and I mix it with my moisturizer so it doesn't sit heavy on my skin. Using a little bit of concealer just to cover up the dark circles, any blemishes that you have. A little bit of bronzer to highlight the cheekbones. A little bit on the forehead, a little bit on the nose, and a little bit on the chin. And setting all that with a translucent powder. And now we start the fun stuff. I'm using a simple grease paint and some detail brushes and a couple of kohl eyeliners for this one. So I'm starting out with my black kohl liner, and I'm just creating a shape that I want to fill in for the ripped face. Oh, my camera's slipping. And you can make that shape any size, any place on your face. I prefer the ripped jawline. I think it's kind of cool to draw in the teeth, which is what I'm doing now. I'm just outlining the area that my teeth would be. Make sure if you're making a video, you open all your containers beforehand. And now I'm filling in that area with a red grease paint. And I'm just using an artist brush for this. When I'm working with grease paint, I like to use artist brushes because they're a little bit more stable than makeup brushes are. Makeup brushes tend to be really fluffy. And this is an artist brush for acrylic paints. So it's got a little bit of weight to it. And now I'm going over the edges and blending in black to give it some shading and depth. So it's nice and shaded. Next, I'm going to get a small detail brush and use a white grease paint to fill in the teeth. And just smudging that out on the outsides. And right now what I'm doing, I'm just going back over the black and the white and the red and filling in little spaces that I missed. And now I'm taking a black powder and going over the grease paint to set the grease paint so it doesn't smudge as easily. It also kind of takes away from the shine of the grease paint. And now I'm going around the edges, creating lines around where the ripped skin would be to make it look like the skin's kind of melting, or it's been torn, or if it's bunched up. And now I'm doing the same thing with gray and highlighting with the white grease paint. This gives it a little bit of depth and makes it look a little bit more realistic without having to do special effects makeup or without having it look too gory. And the eyes are easy. I'm just going over the eyes with a red, starting from the inside of my eye and blending outward. And I'm following the contours of my eye. Anytime you use red in large portions around the inside of the eye, it gives you kind of that crazy eye look, which I really like when doing makeup like this. And I'm taking a little bit of a light purple mixed with a pink and blending outwards to make my eyes look kind of shallow and sunken in. And just blending that a bit. You don't want it to be too outstated. You just want it to look like your eyes are irritated. And now I'm going over the lash line real lightly with the black kohl pencil. Just enough to make sure the lashes don't fade into the eyeshadow. And now I'm using a liquid eyeliner to create a little biohazard-like design underneath one of my eyes. And that's totally optional. I just like playing around with eyeliner. And if you have any special effects contacts, the white contacts or like ice blue contacts look really good. They really make this look. And then finishing off with a little bit of mascara. So that's what the face makeup looks like. Really easy to do, and it's really fun to play around with. There's really no wrong way to do this. Next, we're going to do the hair. And for the hair, I'm just teasing it up into a fake mohawk, and I find that anytime I do a teasing hair look, it's so much easier on hair that hasn't been washed in a couple days. What I'm doing now, I'm just getting some hairspray in it just to set it and give it a little bit more texture. And I'm going to bump up the front part and just do a little twist and pin that back out of the way. And what I'm doing now, I'm just going to take sections of my hair and back comb it until I get the texture that I want. And I'm doing that all over my hair. I'm spraying and back combing and spraying again to set it. And for this look, the messier the better. And after I finish back combing the middle of my hair, I just take the outside pieces and twist it up and pin it back. And you can back comb it a little bit more if you've lost some of the fluff in the pinning process. And of course you want to spray it to keep it in place. And that is our rip face zombie look. Enjoy!